guys, what's going on? It's Twintuitive 717. I am back with another reading, guys. I hope everyone is doing incredibly well. Maybe the title of the reading has brought you in here today. Nonetheless, I do hope that the reading itself and the messages in the card, it validates your own intuition, okay? So what that's going to mean is these are things that you've already been feeling and you've already been picking up on it on your twin flame journey. It just happens that this reading is a confirmation or a validation, okay? So this is going to be a nice short and direct message for those of you in the feminine collective. This is what your masculine wishes to communicate. Okay, so I admire your patience with me. I love you. This might be something that's coming up in your connection as well, is actually hearing your divine masculines say the word I love you. Many of you have had a lot of patience on this journey with your masculines, and I feel like there's a confirmation for them as well that you're moving through this journey with the truth and the trust that you're on this journey with them. I feel like many of your divine masculines are slowly, which is why we have the word patience, they're slowly uncovering and discovering who it is you are to them, divine feminine, okay? So can we get the genuine feelings of the divine masculines toward the divine feminine at this time? Like, how do they feel about you having all of this patience with them? Okay, so we have deception here, okay? I feel like you help them to take off the mask, okay? So it says someone is wearing a false mask in this relationship. I feel like that's where a lot of your patience came in, divine feminine, because maybe you've peeled a lot of layers off of your divine masculine. Many of you are really good at drawing healthy boundaries with this divine masculine as well. And I feel like over time, they've had no choice but to kind of take off the mask, okay? We have pay attention to the red flags. This is a divine feminine who pays very good attention to detail, okay? You could be a fixed sign as well, so you could be very stubborn. This could be an Aquarius, it could be a Scorpio, it could be a Taurus, or it could be a Leo. But when you guys have that gift of discernment, you use it. You're stubborn, you're fixed in your ways, but you know it's for a good cause, it's for a good reason. This is the way that you are. And I feel that paying attention to the red flags had a lot to do with you helping this divine masculine to take the masks off, because many of you weren't allowing yourselves to be led down the wrong path, okay? And it taught your masculines a great deal about what it means to lead. All right, what else do we have coming out? Getting to know each other. So I feel like after all of this kind of passes, okay, like with the deception card showing up, I feel like this divine feminine kind of gently placed your hands on your masculine's mask and you took it right off. And you really expressed to them that there is no need to wear this mask because I can see right through it. Okay, so they admire this patience that you have. Like, even if you did see them wearing this mask, you chose not to embarrass them. But rather just gently communicate that it's like, hey, like, you know, this is not who you are. You know, communicating with me in this way is not who you are. Acting as aggressively as you are, pushing this connection away even though you feel something, ghosting, you know, coming in and then pulling back. You know, it's all a deception. And I feel like many of your masculines they're just admiring the level of patience here, the level of patience that it takes to nurture this whole twin flame connection and this twin flame love. Okay, I feel like the biggest indication that many of your masculines are on a twin flame journey is the acceptance and the love that they feel coming from the divine feminine, because I feel like just when they think it's over, it's not. Okay, and that's what I'm getting for many of your masculines, okay? Like, we have deception and pay attention to the red flags. This is someone who was your exact opposite in this lifetime, but it didn't bother you, okay? And now that you two have kind of gotten over the hurdles, this is an important period of getting to know one another, okay? So speaking of getting to know one another, what is the masculine's wish to communicate to the feminine? Something that you may not know about how it is they feel about you. I'm tempted to take this one here, which is, I left when I saw you with someone, okay? You know, I think that this may go hand in hand with this message here, because I am drawn to the word patience. Okay, I admire your patience with me. I left when I saw you with someone. You know, for you, divine feminine, this could be a relationship that already existed before the divine masculine came into the picture. But I feel like you don't back down from your life lessons here, Divine Feminine, okay? And even if they did take off and they left, you left them to go deal with that soul lesson, of coming into your life when you already have a partner, okay? I feel like many of these Divine Masculines, they may have rushed the brush a little, as so we say in Trinidad, okay? And that's why I pay attention to the red flags is coming up, because even if you might have been in a partnership with someone else, they came in really hot and heavy, okay? And that's why many of you were paying attention to the red flags, because I feel like at some point this could have been a Divine Feminine who you might have called your masculine out on it. Like, hey, listen, I'm married. What do you want me to do? I'm in a relationship. What do you want me to do? Okay, and this is part of these red flags that are coming up. Many of you wanted your masculine to come forward with a lot of discernment. Another message I'm picking up on, or energy, is that a lot of your masculines might have come in very hot and heavy, very sensually and sexually, even though you guys were in another connection or in another relationship. And I feel like they're backtracking on that a little bit, okay? Maybe them coming in hot and heavy sensually wasn't enough to make you walk away from the connection that you were in. Instead, it kind of brought up these red flags here with your masculines, okay? So I feel like this whole getting to know each other is after a long period of separation where you two are really, more particularly the Divine Masculine, but re-strategizing their approach towards you, okay? So it's time for them to heal. This is about re-strategizing and reapproaching the connection, because this is a Divine Feminine that can pick up on deception and knows how to pay attention to the red flags. It might be a gift you've been given. High Priestess energy might run in your family. You have no problem speaking your truth and speaking your mind, because you already know what it is you're saying is truth. You've seen it, you've had vision, so you're not afraid to speak it. You're also not afraid to lose your masculine, which is why I feel like, this is a period of healing for them. Before, getting to know you again, they have to heal from this kind of confrontation and these gifts that you possess, which is, I can see right through things. And many of your masculines are starting to know that now. I'm starting to understand our connection. Part of them feels like, your purpose here was to help them grow, evolve into something better than they already are. Another message I'm getting is, it's interesting because I feel like after a lot of transformation, that when the masculines go through a lot of transformation on the journey, part of this deception as well is like they may be tempted to go back to past karmic relationships and kind of have this whole look at me now, but they're using the Divine Feminine's energy to do that whole look at me now. And they're falling back into karmic situations and relationships where even these karmics are being very deceptive. So I feel like at some point or another, many of the Divine Feminines are paying attention to even energy like that, which is why many of you are not hesitant to just exit or abandon the situations that you're in, okay? I feel like when twin flames meet and they're either one or both that are already in karmic situations, just because you two are twin flames or have this connection to one another doesn't mean that your karmic situations just burn down. It's oftentimes a very slow dismantling of those karmic situations that bring these two together. Okay, so what does your Divine Masculine want to communicate in terms of the action that they are planning on taking towards you, since they're understanding the connection a little bit better or a little bit more? Okay, so we have the Hierophant. Okay, so I feel like it's going to be a strong presence from the Divine Masculines coming through, where you're going to see a lot of this demonstrated, this healing and understanding of the connection. I feel like the Hierophant is spiritual information, and that's what many of your Divine Masculines are gaining from the connection right now. Because when we have pay attention to the red flags and deception coming up, it forces your masculine into a place of self-development, learning about themselves, asking deeper questions about more things than just lust and a relationship with the feminine. And I feel like a lot is changing with this Divine Masculine. I'm starting to understand our connection. I'm starting to heal. They're starting to realize a lot about the world itself when it comes to this twin flame journey. And I think that is oftentimes the biggest indication for this masculine, that this connection means something more. This could be a Divine Masculine who, they could have been completely engulfed in love and lust when they saw you, Divine Feminine, but I feel like when you open up your mouth and you speak your truth, also kind of reflected in this Hierophant energy here, it's hard for them not to get out of this deception energy, because now they feel like they have their divine counterpart confronting them in certain areas of their lives. And I feel like a lot of your masculines, you know, they want to push out of this and they want to move out of this because they want to be desired by you, Divine Feminine. A woman or a man, depending on who's most dominant with this feminine energy here, they want to be desired by someone of your character, someone of your stature, someone of your grace, someone of your self-worth. You're doing a lot for this Divine Masculine in this particular reading, and I feel like that's why they, you know, admire your patience with them. It's almost like you guys are being patient watching them go through this transformation of, you know, deception to the Hierophant. You know, being in the Matrix versus stepping into the spiritual world. Okay, so I feel like this masculine is holding a lot of space for you, a lot of love for you, because you've been patient with them. And what's going to end up happening is you two getting to know each other from this genuine place now of being real. Both of you have taken off a mask in a sense. You know, I feel like sometimes this Divine Feminine can appear as like too out of this world for this masculine, and sometimes you may have to take off that mask, that role you wear, which is, you know, it could be a natural spiritual leader, a teacher. You know, many of you have beautiful blessings and gifts that you've been given, but, you know, in order for many of your masculines to receive you, and we have give your relationship a chance here, I feel like many of you from the feminine's perspective know that you've needed to tone that down and get more real with them, have real conversations with them instead of outer worldly conversations. Many of you started to really break it down, and that's what got them to kind of take off the mask and get you two to know each other on a deeper level. And now that they know you on a deeper level, they want to give this relationship a chance. Okay, this is a masculine that doesn't want to see you with anybody else, and I feel like even if they're with anybody else, they knows that it just doesn't faze you. You know, this is a fixed sign when it comes to this Divine Feminine energy. You could be an Aquarius, you could be a Taurus, you could be a Leo, you could be a Scorpio. Very fixed, stubborn energy. Okay, I feel like you've understood the mission when it comes to this whole twin flame journey. You know exactly how to ground this Divine Masculine, and that's the thing about fixed signs, is that they have this ability to just ground people, you know, into reality itself, because you're so fixed, you're so stubborn and set in your ways. And I feel that that's played a big role in many of your Divine Masculines understanding the connection. They admire the patience that you've had with them, and they're starting to understand the connection because of that patience that you've had and really demonstrating and showing them this whole twin flame love. Okay, so that's what I have for you guys for this short reading. I hope it clarifies some things for you and it resonates. Otherwise, I will catch you guys in tonight's reading. Okay, all right, bye guys.